And Tony, do you want to do that cold open you sprinkled in the middle of the previous episode? Recording?
So
Because I would love to get into words I hate.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I've been dying to talk about it.
I'm sorry. I was like, so in the middle of recording with Why the Flick, I randomly asked. I randomly asked if, there were words everyone hates. Because, that's a question everyone is like, oh, everyone hates the word moist or panties or some shit. I will go first. I hate the word Addy. I work in a place that does a lot of shipping, and so I hear a lot of addresses. And I don't
see a lot of Addies.
I hate you right now. You know what? I'm gonna go right up. I'm gonna go more than I hate Addy is any word that comes out of fucking Quetzal's mouth. Just any one of them. Just kill me.
Oh, is that all you had to say about the word Addy?
Yeah, I hate that word.
I
fucking hate that word. That's like the only word that I can think of that I hate.
The word I can think of right up at the top of my head, I hate when people use it, is bet. I hate that shit. Don't say that to me.
You hate it every time I've used it.
Bet is a word that is like, it's goated with the sauce. That's what bet is.
It's like that. I hate that too.
The goated with the sauce is funny, though.
Is it, though?
It's like, I love my nuggies goated with the sauce.
Oh, now I want chicken nuggets.
What's your nuggie sauce?
What's your nuggie sauce of choice?
Hot mustard
Ranch,
for me.
Period.
That's not for
I like
nuggies.
a sweet and sour.
Yes, it is.
I don't know why you would choose it. That's like
ranch.
Ranch goes on like chicken tendies.
Baby,
ranch is a nugget sauce too.
It's a nugget sauce. It is in McDonald's. It is a nugget sauce.
I have never had McDonald's ranch. Does it bust?
It's good. I love McDonald's ranch.
Actually, I don't think I've had McDonald's ranch either.
There are some.
Yeah, it's really good.
Suddenly, I actually have stuff to do. I can't record anymore. I gotta go.
All of a sudden, I think me and Sky are about to go get us an endless pasta bowl from Olive Garden.
Ooh.
Actually, that do be sounding good. So, Quetzal, we gotta go.
Words I hate. First of all, I don't know why people don't like moist, because moist, I think of a nice chocolate cake.
Right? Like a good
I think of like a
too.
dessert. Like it's angel food cake,
Okay, yeah, but what word do you hate, dude?
Panties. I actually really fucking hate that word. And then Tony said it earlier, and I'm like, ugh, I fucking hate that word.
Yeah.
And I also hate it when people refer to a penis as pee-pee. Hate that too.
A pee-pee?
Your pee-pee envy comes out?
Stop. I hate it so much. They're both so gross. Jeepies creepies, protect your peepees.
Hey y'all, welcome to Sit Down Loser. We're watching a movie. My name's Sky.
I'm Antonio's left side.
I hate that. I'm Quetzal.
And I'm Antonio's right side.
I hated every second of that.
We could have done I'm Quetzal's first Gemini half, and I'm Quetzal's second Gemini half.
Oh, that would have been a good one too.
We can back pocket that. You got to be ready for that next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you came.
Antonio,
you're
your
reading?
turn.
Oh,
Antonio.
sorry. I was
Yeah,
trying to
quickly,
get
you've forgotten. You're fucking whipping your dick out.
I was trying to get comfortable. And we're just three street racers who watch movies that everyone else has watched, except one of us is the loser who hasn't. Today, we're watching a movie that taught us that when you're here, you're family. The Fast and the Furious, released in 2001, directed by Rob Cohen. And today's loser is Q.
Hey.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm not doing well.
Not well, bitch.
Not well, bitch.
All right, next time, just say good and shut the fuck up like the rest of us. Have you seen that one? I'll send it to y'all in a minute. When we're watching the movie, I'll send it to you. It's a sound going around on the Insta. It came across like yesterday.
You mean on TikTok? It's technically on TikTok.
Maybe it was. It probably was on TikTok first. I don't know because I'm not on TikTok. It's like
you wait for it to filter through the Insta.
Yeah, because it's better that way. Why take anything raw? So
a dick.
Not without prep.
Anyway, why did we pick this?
For the lols.
For the lols.
For the lols.
So who exactly is going to be lolsing?
I think all of us, hopefully, by the end of it.
I think all of us.
There's some
We're not car people. All I
We're
know
not.
is cars go
We're
vroom vroom fast.
We're 100% human people.
vroom vroom.
Get out me car.
Thank you. I guess aside from the laws, the other reason we chose this was dude bros. Like, they're
in a death grip.
They're in a death grip for these movies. It's like, it's right
This
up there with
movie?
like MI6, the Fast and the Furious, the John Wick movies. I'm sure we need a dude bro to like fucking chime in.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't. But yeah, this franchise at least, literally has them in a chokehold, like the tightest chokehold.
And they're nutting so hard in this show.
over. Yeah.
Over.
It's crazy.
Oh my god, cars and nutting.
over.
Wait. Have you heard or seen anything about the movie? I'm gonna fuck this up. Titane.
Yes, I do. I know
Have you
all
seen
about
it?
that movie.
Have you seen it?
I
though?
have not. I'm scared to watch it.
Oh my god, we should definitely follow up.
How do you spell it?
Titane.
It's like Yeah.
So we should follow up this episode
It's
with
something.
that. We should watch that movie together.
No, you want to talk about wanting to fuck a car?
You want to talk
Is
about?
that what it's about?
You want to talk about
it's
car
about
play?
a lot.
It's y'all heard about car play?
You want to talk about car fucking?
Car play? Anyone? Car play?
Spell it again for spell it.
Titane.
It's on
No,
something.
Hold on a minute.
We talked about alien
Body
fucking. You want to talk
horror
about
drama.
car fucking?
You want to talk about car play?
Oh, we gotta
Oof.
watch this.
We have to.
We gotta
Can
watch this.
Can we please? Can the three of us please do a back-to-back of this episode and that? I can't believe I didn't. Oh my god! Thank you guys. We need that. I need that in my life. I'll die if I don't have it.
I don't think I'd fuck a car, but I guess I'm not a car person.
You don't even drive cars, so this is not even like up for debate when it comes to cars and you.
Do you have to drive a car?
Do you
to
have
fuck
to car?
I think
Do you have to
Do you have
drive
to
a
car to fuck?
Wait.
Do you car fuck?
Wait. So are you going to fuck someone else's car?
No. What if I got a car, don't drive it, but then I fuck it? Is that allowed?
What does the loser know about this movie?
I was like, did we already go over the third point? But
Frozen for a second.
we were trying to figure out what to say next.
Him.
And the third point is, why is this franchise going on? What is the deal with this franchise?
Now, why do they have 27 sequels?
I thought, like, honestly, when I read point 3, I was like, point 3 is a question and point 2 is the answer.
That's true.
Like,
the dude bros.
the Fast and the
are-
Furious just went and grabbed dude bros by the balls and just they've never let go.
Put their fingers and went, "Urgh."
Yeah, right up
Maneuvers.
in there.
Yeah. And
Got him by the balls.
That's true. All right, Quetzal, what do you know about this movie
Coincidentally, not much.
besides the car fucking?
I
If there isn't 23 minutes of a sweet like love making scene between Vin Diesel in a car, then I am gonna be sorely disappointed. I don't know a goddamn fucking thing, bro. I feel like I don't know I know it's about family. I know that at its core, at its crux, it's about we stay being about family.
they're family for a long time.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what they're doing why Cars. I truly don't know what the fuck these movies are about, but I can say I've never once been tempted to watch them. One, I'm not a car person. We've established that. And two, I don't, as I have discovered in this podcast, I don't love action movies that are not, I guess Marvel. I don't know. Maybe I'll like this. I don't know, but I just don't. This is like, to me, this is action. This is like when I think
Watch
action
this
movie,
be the one that you love.
where I'm like,
Watched you make this your whole
I
personality.
gotta see more.
I feel like this has been my personality. I feel like I think of Mission Impossible and like this when I think action movies, and like Steven Seagal, which my dad really liked. My dad loves Steven Seagal films.
I mean,
Interesting.
I can't remember any of the ones I watched as when I was younger, but my mom was a big Steven Seagal fan. We had a lot of Steven Seagal movies in my youth. I just could not tell you.
I don't know what it is about parents, Steven Seagal. The grip Steven Seagal has on parents. But
The death grip.
The absolute death grip.
anyway, but I don't know. I am going in so fucking blind. We'll talk more about my expectations, but I don't know a goddamn thing. I don't know. We'll look about Cars.
All right. Well, the Rotten Tomato scores. Rotten Tomato gave it a 53. Audiences gave it a 74, and Google users gave it an 89.
Well, there's a discrepancy there in the scores.
There sure is.
What do you think makes that discrepancy happen?
This must be popular for a reason. There must be something so scrumdiddlyumptious about it, or so easily digestible about it, that one, it has as many sequels, and two, that fucking audiences love this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all seen it? Is it goated in the sauce?
Anyway, so the actors are.
Y'all can't keep doing this to me. You can't keep silencing me.
If you paid attention at the beginning, that's all I want to do.
I shan't be silenced.
Antonio, who's in this movie?
So we have the late and great Paul Walker, Vin Diesel of D&D fame and The Last Witch Hunter fame, and these movies, I should say, fame.
And the Iron Giant, right?
Yeah.
And the Iron Giant and Groot. Wow, I always forget, man. The absolute range.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
And that's on period.
That's a period.
Followed up by our female cast, Michelle Rodriguez, who I know from a lot of like action movies.
Everything.
Same thing as like when we were talking to Why the Flick. Michelle Rodriguez was in Resident Evil. And aside from this, I cannot tell you where I really know Jordana Brewster from, but Jordana Brewster and Jennifer Connelly and I think like Demi Moore, they all kind of have like same thing, different font going on for me. Is that like cruel? I'm sure there's another one, but like,
when has that stopped you before?
when has cruelty ever stopped me? I don't know. In
That's one of the
with
least
new
cruel
people,
things I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, I was like, who cares?
That was the most in-pocket thing I've heard you say.
All right, Quetzal, what are your expectations?
I don't think I'm gonna like it. I'm telling you that
Fair.
right now.
And that's fair.
Fair
I don't
enough.
think I'm gonna like it. I think that sometimes during action, it's so funny because like I just don't understand like the Mummy, like the action sequences. I guess I kind of zoned out a little bit, but I like them. And Marvel, I love action sequences, but like I tend to zone out during them. I'm like, they got this has gone on long enough. I don't know, but then sometimes I do like them where I'm like, ooh, then what? So like I feel like this can have a lot of that. So I don't know. I might get bored.
Candy Crush session, here I come. I'm sorry, no, it's Fishdom session, here I come for you.
Whip up those homescapes. My expectations are so low, which I don't know, maybe that'll mean I actually like it. I guess I'm curious what the whole hubbub is about. My wife, Nicole Byer, has a whole side podcast about watching Fast and Furious. And, I'd like to have more in common with her. She has, 5 side podcasts. And one of them is they just watch franchises, popular franchises. Like, they watch Lord of the Rings.
I was like, a whole podcast about Fast and Furious? I was like...
it's seasons. Okay. And one of the seasons
the franchises.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that.
I love that approach. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so
I did that breaks, over the summer during quarantine, but it was all YA.
Twilight.
That was such a journey. It was Twilight. I finally finished Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, 50 Shades also.
And then Maze Runner. I was about to say Death Cure, but that's the actual last movie.
I still have to watch Maze Runner.
That's on our list. We could have done that too. That would have been funny.
That would have been great.
Hey, it's not too late. Hey, it's not too late.
We could literally do anything else as far as Q is concerned.
I'm allergic to cars.
Just the concept of them.
Just the concept of them. Oh my god. My fucking uncle, when I was in town, not this last time, but the one before, he told my aunt, it was like, oh, let's let Quetzal borrow the car so they can go around. And me and my aunt laughed so hard. the mere concept of me behind the wheel. Yeah. Listen. We'll see. We'll see.
All right.
We shall see.
I guess we'll see you on the other side of the finish line.
Vroom, vroom.
Broom, broom.
Vroom, vroom.
Skrt.
Skrt, skrt.
Just 10 more minutes of that.
We're just like, skirt.
Skrt, skrt.
Burp. Hong Kong.
Beep, beep. Ow, God.
Bum, bum.
Welcome to our sounds podcast.
Now it's just Mario Kart sounds. All right, guys, we'll see you on the other side.
Okay, let's set our food and we'll continue. Welcome back to Blunch. I already had a sip of this hot Cinnabon coffee and it busts.
This is small.
Yeah, Crunchwraps are usually, this is breakfast Crunchwrap. Crunchwraps are usually a bit bigger, but holy shit.
What did I say? What did I say?
Holy shit.
Is it not good?
The hash brown's busted.
I hate that we're using bussin' with straight faces.
Blunch, is bussin'.
Merch.
Dude, okay, breakfast crunch. I have a complicated relationship with Taco Bell because on principle, I was a hoity-toity, not hoity-toity. I was like it's not Mexican food, so I'm never gonna have it. But let me tell you, fucking Crunchwrap Supreme's fucking buzz. And this breakfast one, I think is better than the original. What do you think?
That's bold.
What do you think?
I do love an original Crunchwrap though, especially when I'm drunk.
What were we talking about? Oh, Hornets.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I really gotta face my fears with Mikhail. I want to talk about something real quick, actually. It's so funny I say this. I'm so glad I brought this up. I've been dying to talk about it. So you would fuck Michael?
Yes.
Explain.
Tall, dark. I don't know if he's handsome, but the mask is kind of cute. And doesn't talk. That's a big one.
Knows his place.
And a man that goes after what he wants.
Artistic. Sensitive. Mm-hmm. You hear that at 2 a.m. What do you do?
I do hear that at 2 a.m.
Have I been making noises in my sleep?
Yes, you have.
What kind? Sorry?
You talked in your sleep.
Recently?
Yeah, last night.
What'd I say?
I don't know. Because I got up and I was like, are you awake? And you were dead asleep. And I was like, oh.
How would you remember? I vaguely remember my dream. It was like kind of scary. Oh, it was an ocean dream. Yeah, I know. You know how I have those ocean dreams.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you about like my big wave dreams when I have anxiety, but this wasn't anxiety. It was like I don't remember too much, but I do remember going up to the beach.
And Ethan Hawke grabbed you.
And Ethan Hawke grabbed me
to the beach.
Put his fist right at my ass. No, I was with somebody, and I was trying to convince them not to go in. And they went in, and I tried to get them. And, like, this has happened before with, like, ocean dreams. It's like when I jump in, I sink. Like there's no water. Like, just... That happens. I wonder what I said.
You know, I think that means you gotta let people make their own mistakes.
Damn, bro.
Because you're trying to convince them not to go in.
Not to go in.
But you gotta let them.
And I went in after them, and I also died.
Oh, wow.
Maria!
Yikes.
Damn, dude. Getting heavy and blunt.
Yeah. Anyway, Halloween Horror Nights.
Anyway, Ethan Hawke fisting me.
Yeah, well, I glazed over that too soon.
No, you're fine. I just nothing to say. I said it all.
Dolly, you were like, Dolly had the audacity.
To think that when I was talking about my mans, it was Ethan Hawke.
That's me and Dolly's man.
But how could she forget? It's in my DNA. Quetzal loves James Ransom.
It's in there. If you look under a microscope.
It says that in Comic Sans.
Yes, it does. Everything in your body is Comic Sans.
You seem like a Helvetica. Thank you for joining us for this
Taco Bell edition of Lunch.
Lunch is bus.
I want to, even if we don't sell merch, we should get a shirt that says that.
Yeah, fucking Redbubble, baby.
Just for us.
Just for us. Just like when we got Antonio merch of our faces.
That's the best thing we've ever done.
It surely is. And the fact that he wears them sometime. Our boy loves us.
Do you think he does it because he's technically stepping on our faces?
I don't want to think about that. Bye.
So, how are we feeling?
What are we thinking, bros?
Brothers?
Hello, brothers.
Brothers.
My brothers in Christ. You know, cars go really fast, huh?
Cars do go vroom vroom.
They be going vroom vroom.
They're going vroom vroom.
If there's anything I took away from that movie is
vroom vroom and skirt skirt.
Skirt room.
That's the summary of the movie. That's nothing else.
Groundbreaking.
Only my real car people will understand that.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I said crown. I meant car. I got the crown on the mind. There's three main takeaways I would like to say before we get into it. Car go fast. I want to fuck Vin Diesel. Life is a highway.
I want to ride it
all night
long.
I want to ride something all night long.
Is it Vin Diesel?
Cute.
Is that who it is?
It's Vin Diesel. It's Vin Diesel.
It was always you.
It is, in fact.
It is Vendra Diesel.
Vendrick.
Vendrick.
Vending Machine Diesel.
His full name.
Please call him his government name.
Vending Machine Diesel.
Diesel fuel.
Diesel Truck.
Did he change his name to that after Fast and Furious?
I have no idea.
Diesel Truck.
To make it car related. Like, where did he get his fun nickname from? I can't wait to ask him. Post coitus.
Dude.
Listen. Let's get into it.
Girls gotta eat.
And with that,
a girl's gotta eat.
Thanks.
You know, Antonio, I'm so glad you said that. You guys have seen... Okay, so Sky, you haven't seen Beyond the first one, and Antonio, you've seen how many?
A number of them is all I can say. I don't even know how many.
I saw... Well, no. I watched the first one, and then I watched 9. Because how many are out?
It's F9 is the most recent one. I was doing some research.
Oh, then I watched 8.
Oof.
Oh, you didn't use the Killer Clowns cup? I set it down for you.
Oh, is that what that was for?
Oh, and damn, you said fuck you.
I thought it was
I ain't
just
using that gay shit.
I guess it's not about family here.
Or when you're here.
You can have any brew you want as long as it's a Killer Clown cup.
And with that,
so I guess I'll start with the very beginning of this movie. It starts with what is it, semi-truck? Just driving along, and then
just a trucker on trucking.
a little, yeah, and a heist crew of heist crew of 3 modified Honda Civics.
Aren't they like family cars?
Those are like, the cars that people are like, yo, this bitch has been through a lot, and she's gonna run until the end of the time, and I know what I got, sort of situations.
But these ones are modified, so they're like bionic.
They're cyborg cars.
They're modded.
These are purebred, thoroughbred Honda Civics.
Cage free.
Not from concentrate Honda Civics.
And they basically assault this truck, take its goods, electronic goods, and then they escape. They escape into the night. And that's how this movie starts.
You know damn well from the beginning, this is about cars.
This is about family and cars. A family of cars, if
family
you will.
cars.
Are cars just family related in general?
Because they share the same... What do you mean?
Like, Cars is a family movie. This movie is about cars and family. Titane is about making a family with a car.
The holy trinity of family cars.
It's just like...
Sometimes...
It's no, in order it goes like Fast and Furious, or The Fast and the Furious, which is man falls in love with car. Titane, man screws car. Cars become sentient.
Man becomes car.
Exactly.
Man gets replaced by cars because we kept fucking them.
Pardons.
Pardons.
Arch is back.
Anytime any man in this movie saw a car engine, they're like,
So, are the cars in Cars human car hybrids? Because they have eyes and stuff, and a heart and a soul?
I don't know about the soul part, but...
You don't think that Lightning McQueen has a soul? That's very bold of you.
If it's anything like how the VeggieTales operate, the cars do not go to heaven, and neither do the VeggieTales.
I don't think they're part of the same universe.
I think they're part of a multiverse of their own, but they still don't go to heaven.
Sky, do you think Lightning McQueen's going to heaven?
no, I don't.
No, not because of soul, just him specifically. He will not be getting it.
I think he's going straight to the depths of hell. Oh my god.
Doc hasn't made it into heaven, though. I know that for a fact.
Oh, you been there?
What up, Doc?
I was like, Cars 3 is gripping, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love cars. Anyway, so LAPD. Hey, baby, we're in Los Angeles. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. LAPD sends along Paul Walker with his gorgeous doll's eyes.
Dude, Dude, his eyes didn't look real throughout this whole movie. I was like, what the
Literally.
fuck?
Man, oh man, oh man.
It was gorgeous.
Gorgiana.
Beautiful blue eyes. Gorgeous. Yes.
Anyway, the LAPD sends Paul Walker, who is Officer Brian O'Connor, to go undercover to locate the
These nuts.
These nuts, Toretto.
the bionic Honda Civics.
Mm-hmm.
And his investigation begins at Toretto's Market, and he starts flirting with the owner, who is Mia, sister of infamous street racer Dominic Toretto.
Dom.
Who is... Quetzal, you can go ahead and take that.
Oh, that's Vin Diesel. That's Vending Machine Diesel Truck.
And yeah, so he starts, I guess, trying to get in with them, to get to know them.
Getting
later
to know
on,
you.
Yep.
He's undercover, baby.
He's undercover. And what's
Undercover
his name?
boss.
It's like Brian Earl something.
Spillner.
Yeah. I know it's hopping ahead to favorite quote, but I mean, fucking Vin Diesel says, sounds like a serial killer name. Is that what you are?
Yeah, that was good. That was a good line.
That was a good line.
It is a serial killer.
Man, there's so many good ones that you could just like...
There's a lot of good lines.
Man, the death grip is real.
So, I guess later that night, Brian goes to an illegal street race, hoping...
As we all do.
As, you know, one does on a...
on a Friday night?
Saturday night, Friday night.
On a Wednesday evening.
On a Wednesday night, a Tuesday night, if you will. Hoping to find some leads, you know, about the bionic Honda Civics. Okay, so basically Brian joins the little race that they're having between Dom and then, what is it, two other guys? To win respect.
Yeah, it's
To
my
win
car
clout.
down, and I want the money and the respect.
Yeah, so anyone who's anyone. We live in a post-racial society, and everyone's just here to race, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they race. Dom ends up winning. And before Dom can take the car, which was the prize, Brian's car, the police, the popo arrive, and everyone scatters.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that. And they basically all scatter, and Dom's kind of by himself. And the police almost get him, but then Brian saves him. Right?
So it begins a torrid love affair.
Yeah. But they accidentally venture into territory of Dom's old racing rival, who is gang leader Johnny Tran, and his cousin, Lance.
Lance Tran.
Who end up destroying their car. So they gotta walk back to the family house.
Fam house.
And once they get to safety, Dom reminds Brian that he still owes him a 10-second car, which, what does that mean?
I truly try to figure out. They kept saying, they were like speaking a different language this whole movie to me with their car stuff. And the whole movie I was trying to figure out what a 10-second car was. I was really thinking about it. And I think it's like a car he could fix in 10 seconds.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know.
What do you think it is?
Is it like, I really 10 seconds to get to
Take a
like a
guess.
certain
Quarter
speed?
mile of a time.
Is that what it is?
I think so. 10 seconds.
We'll find out right now.
10 seconds to get to a certain speed. Oh, is that what you're
Yeah.
doing? Oh, I thought it was in order.
What were you saying?
I was
Wait, what were you
saying how long it takes to go, what is it, a quarter mile at a time? Because they were like, oh, this took me like 9 seconds. Flat. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know.
It says, according to screenrent.com, fuck, I have ad blocker. One moment. Give me 1 second, please.
One mo.
I believe Screen Rant. Quite simply, it's a car fast enough to drive a quarter mile drag race in 10 seconds or less.
Okay, so Antonio was right.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't like that sentence. Once again, we've said it a couple times, and every time it's a really kind of a big trigger for me, and I don't like to hear it.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Dom's mad at his family because only Brian was his ride or die.
Right. And that's where one of my favorite lines was said, which I will save for the
Corona.
The Corona line. That was so funny.
The Corona line.
The Corona line. Antonio, is that why you drink Coronas?
I have no idea why I drink Coronas, honestly. And honestly, I haven't had a Corona in months.
It's a light, refreshing beer.
Light refreshing.
The only thing more light and refreshing.
Corona with a lime? Mama.
Corona with a lime.
She be
Corona with a lime?
hitting.
Corona sponsor us.
For this episode specifically.
Please.
Because when you're here, you're family.
Olive Garden sponsors. Oh, actually, they might say cease and desist.
Keep my name out your mouth.
This has gone on long enough.
I hear they changed their slogan. It's not that anymore.
What is it then?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you asked.
When you're here, you're not family.
When you're here, you're trash.
When you're here, you're queer.
You're pasta.
Change your slogan to "We're all family here."
I liked the original better.
I do too.
Yeah, me too. They should have changed it to "Keep it in the family."
Incest. So hot right now.
It's so hot right now.
Oh Lord. Is that all that happens then? That's all that happens that night.
That's literally all that happens. All we need to know is that also Miss Michelle Rodriguez,
I love her.
Has the drip.
She has the sauce.
She's goated in the sauce.
Oh my god.
And I truly think in an alternate universe, this would have just been a romance between Brian and Dom, and I'd like to live in that universe, but Dom and Michelle Rodriguez are pretty hot, so I don't mind that either.
It could have been like a love triangle, but not like a love triangle.
A
love triangle,
Yeah,
not a throuple. A love triangle.
I'd love
a love triangle.
Well, a love triangle I associate with like they're not into each other. One's into the other one, who's into the other one, and it creates like strife. A throuple is a 3-person couple.
I know.
I know what a throuple is. Dumbass. No, I'm saying like Dom could be like, oh, I love her, but I love him too.
Oh,
that's what I meant.
I was going for Paul Walker.
It out.
Oh.
Being like, oh, I love her, but I also love her brother.
Yeah, that too. That works too.
Well, they can become a throuple though, because then we'd be keeping it in the family. Olive Garden's other slogan. Ooh, baby.
So, the next day, couple days later, I don't know. It doesn't say. Brian brings a damaged car. I'm not going to read what it is because I don't care. To Dom's garage as a replacement, and it's like fucked up. It's like super fucked up. But he's like, "Yo, check under the hood," and they check under the hood, and apparently they all like come because it's amazing.
I'm like, that looks dusty, guys.
And they begin
dusty.
They begin restoring the vehicle together as a family. And then Brian starts dating Mia.
And when he like is dating Mia, that causes some friction between him and someone who already doesn't like him, Vince, who's all like, "No,
I was about
like."
to say Vance.
Is it? No, I'm pretty sure it's Vince.
I think it's Vince. You're right.
It's Vince. And Vince is all into Mia, who isn't into him, but she is into Paul, and so is Dom now. And everyone's just like, look at the pretty boy. New toy. Shiny new toy.
And who can blame them?
Who could blame
them?
I mean, you just
Who
have to
could
glance into
blame
those
them?
eyes once and you're lost.
I mean, all of them got mesmerized.
They do. I mean, Vince, for his like ugly personality and everything, he still ain't bad looking.
Vince?
Mm-hmm. He's not uggo.
When you got Paul Walker, and Vin Diesel, and Michelle Rodriguez there, I ain't looking at no Vince. Okay, so don't worry, I got this so well. So Dom is getting nope, that was the wrong one. Paul Walker.
I got this so well, guys.
I got this, guys. Proceeds to fuck it up.
So Brian is living this double life, much like Hannah Montana, where he is, getting the pressure on by the FBI, but he's also like becoming part of the family. So he's like investigating all the other like groups, whereas like the FBI LAPD is like, no, it's Dominic. He's the one behind all these things, but you're so blinded by your new family to see it. But eventually, he is pretty convincing enough, because at first Vince does think he's sus and thinks that he's a cop, but he's just such a good liar. Brian convinces them, and he gets invited to the race wars, which is not the race war I associate with, but a car racing war.
Race wars, no association with racism, in parentheses, underneath.
Yeah, they should really work on the title.
The names. Let's go to the race wars. And so he's in, boys. And they investigate. Quite frankly, all these groups started meshing together, and I'm like, I was zoning out. I'm like, none of you guys are. They're all suspicious. Whatever. I don't.
Everyone's a criminal here. I mean, but they are all criminals.
They're all criminals. Let me look at Vin Diesel one more time. One more again. They have a really good scene where Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel are about to fuck, and I was here for that, and that was my highlight of the movie. So that's that on that.
Anyway, so at the race wars.
Well, right before race wars.
Where will you be at the race wars?
Right before race wars, this is kind of pertinent. Johnny, Tran, and Lance get arrested because of some intel that Brian provided or like associated with them, and it's this big like howdy doody as to how like they arrest Johnny Tran in front of his family in the house and everything. It's like disrespectful and dishonorable, and it's just like it's kind of like jarring to see. But they find out that Johnny Tran had all this contraband that they thought he had was actually legitimate, and so he's released, and he now has like a vendetta against Dom because he thinks Dom narked on him. At race wars, they get into it,
and there's one thing Dom isn't. It's a narc.
I never narked on nobody.
I never narked on nobody.
But before that, too, before they start brawling, Jesse, who is part of the family, wagers his father's car against, what is it, Johnny Tran?
Yeah.
For the race or whatever, and ends up losing. And just drives off. And
as we would for all our problems.
Just drives off, and then that causes Johnny to call out Dom, and then they start fighting.
Yep.
And then
I mean, Jesse was warned.
Huh?
Jesse was warned not to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's a wee babe.
He's so small.
So later that night, Brian sees Dom and his crew leaving and realizes that, damn, they are the hijackers. And he tells Mia that he's a cop and that she's the only one that can help him help Dom. Because
now the truckers are gonna drive around armed themselves, and if anyone tries to fuck with him, they're gonna get ganked.
Yeah. They're driving. Dom and the rest of them are driving. And they attack a truck
they do that a lot in this movie.
Yeah. They be driving a lot. The truckers be driving. But this last truck that they're going to hijack, they are intending it to be their final heist. But it all goes wrong because the trucker's now armed, so it's just madness. Vince ends up hanging off the car and can't get out by his arm.
It's gnarly. It's very gnarly.
Yeah.
He's got like the wire all around his arm, and it's like tight and bloody.
And then the trucker's just shooting at him.
It's like Mad Max.
Loading a shotgun. Very Mad Max. You know, it's so crazy that like I wasn't that into this or action movies in general, but Mad Max, I was like, more.
Give it to me.
Drive. And I don't understand what is the difference.
For the post-apocalypticness of it.
Do you think so? Do you think
Oh
it's
my
because
god,
that's
I
the
love
bit?
post-apocalyptic.
Oh, you know what? Maybe because you're
Dystopian.
like also into fantasy action too.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
So
We would like to
you just
escape
don't like
this
real life
world.
action.
Yeah, like this world sucks.
I think that's what it
Take me
is.
somewhere else.
I think we finally figured out because I like action scenes and stuff that is like fantastical, but this kind of shit were like the only cool thing that happened here was when Letty or Michelle Rodriguez goes under the fucking truck, and I'm like, that's cool. But other than that, I'm like, vroom. You know, I don't know. Do y'all like this chase?
I like action movies. So I think the part of this movie I did like was the action. I thought it was good.
What happens? Oh, but then fucking Paul Walker comes in because they're all falling apart.
Yeah.
They're all falling apart. That's what I was gonna say.
The trucker's just shooting at all of them, shoots out the cars and shit. Letty topples over in the car. I forgot why already.
You know,
It just a lot happens. But Brian comes with Mia and they end up rescuing Vince, and Vince is like all fucked up. He's been shot at and
His arm is
his
lacerated.
arm's all fucked up. So once they get to safety, Brian is forced to reveal his identity to his lover because he has to make a phone call to save Vince. And
it's very heartbreaking
Yeah.
to see Dom's reaction.
Yeah, and Dom and Mia and the rest of them leave before the authorities come. Womp womp.
That was the one I was like, damn, wig. I was like, not this, not Strife. Not after all the cute dates y'all have been on.
They got shrimpies together.
They got shrimpies by the beach together, and fucking Dom
They
told him
raced
all
a
his,
Ferrari.
Like, trauma.
Ferrari.
Daddy Dom was like, smoke him.
And he was like, yes, sir.
Say
Okay,
no
Daddy.
more.
Okay, that's my dad.
Oh, boy.
Later that day, Brian skirts to the house to try and stop Dom, right? Or
Yeah, no, it's not
Or-
to apprehend him, but just
Yeah.
try to, like, check up on him.
Well, he's
you
trying
know?
to
Yeah.
like arrest or like just basically stop. I guess just stopping Dom is what he's trying to do
Right.
because he thinks Dom is about to run, and Dom's like, "I'm not running. I have to find Jesse." La la
Yeah.
la la la. And
Because that's, I'm all he's got.
Yeah, and Brian's like, well, I can help because we can find him faster or some shit like that. But as they're arguing, Jesse rolls up and is so scared, and he's like asking for protection and stuff. But as he's asking for that, Johnny and his cousin Lance come by on motorcycles and shoot Jesse and at everybody. Jesse dies, sadly. And Brian and Dom just chase them. They run in their cars and they start chasing after him.
Yeah.
what are they gonna do?
And
We don't know.
Well, they're trying to kill. They kill Johnny.
They kill
Eventually,
Johnny
they catch him.
and they injure Lance.
It's Cousin Lance. Give him his full title.
Cousin Lance. And then Brian pursues Dom. That ends up in a race. I don't know.
They end up doing one
you know-
last round. One last
Yeah.
round
One
of
last
a
bonding.
quarter mile.
Quarter mile drag race.
Right, and it's very intense.
Very
See?
The editing in this scene
emotional.
worth
Yeah.
the watch, I think.
I would watch it for I would look up this scene specifically just They're trying to get past the rail tracks before the train comes.
Mm-hmm.
And just chef's kiss on the editors for this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just good stuff. They make it.
Yeah, they barely cross just as the train's coming, and it's really crazy. And it ends the race in a draw, but Dom crashes his car into a truck that's just... Was it just sitting there, or was
no?
It literally, he wasn't looking.
It was just it pulled up, and they weren't all paying attention.
Right.
And instead of swerving out of the way, he clips the truck, goes a-flying, is surviving, and then
It's living.
You know, they're just sliving or living, because I don't think this is their best life. They're not slaying anything right now. They're just like, what next?
There's living.
Just vibing out right there for a hot second. And
yeah, and unfortunately they don't make love on the car afterwards, but Brian does give him the keys to his car.
Not even like a tender hug. You know, just one of those, like, you know,
a tender
nose to neck
blowjob.
Nope. Yep. Okay. There you go. Ruining things yet again.
No, and he's like, here's your 10-second car, lover. And so they separate.
But yeah, Dom leaves in the car, and Brian just walks away with this fine ass.
Mm-hmm. You better sit your fine ass down.
And that, my friends, is the Fast and the Furious.
That's a quarter mile of our life.
So, Quetzal, was this worth a watch?
No. No. The only thing I took away, if there's anything to take away, is that I want to jump Vin Diesel's bones now. And you know what? I am grateful to this movie for that. But if I had gone my whole life having not seen it, would have been fine. Thoughts?
No, fair.
That's
fair enough. This isn't my franchise.
Not in my America.
Not mine. It ain't mine.
Are we too gay for this? No, I don't think so, because you like fucking Mission Impossible and you're gay. And Antonio, you like Mission Impossible and you're gay.
Nice save.
Antonio likes other things.
I don't know. This one's just so, like... It is very car-oriented, so it's very...
I think you just have to be into cars to like this.
Yeah.
Like, me and Q went to a fucking gay-themed bar called The Garage. And
yeah,
and we were
I've
like,
never
ew.
been there.
And we were just like, huh. Not my gay bar.
Not my scene.
Not my gay bar.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe we're just
we do
not cars
like
people.
Cars.
I hate driving.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because I don't know. I like a lot of other action movie franchises, but this one it's not. And I do like a good heist movie, and I know that's kind of what these movies turn into, but at the same time, I'm like, it's just not for me.
Do you like the Ocean's 11 sort of stuff? Ocean's 8?
I've actually
Ocean's
never
13?
seen those. I only saw the women
Oh, we should
one.
watch the first one.
What is it? Ocean's 8? With Sandra Bullock?
I feel like
I saw
that's
that
a
one.
movie we should probably watch. Yeah, that one's hot.
It was good. I liked that one.
It was good. I like a heist too.
That's why I like the Mission Impossible movies.
Is that what I didn't know Mission Impossible was about heists.
What about, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, The Italian Job.
I've never seen that either.
I've never seen the original, because I think the one I'm thinking of with Marky Mark is a remake. But
I've heard of her, though. That one. I didn't know it was a remake, though.
And that one is the reason why for a long time before I grew up, I wanted a Mini Cooper.
Interesting.
Oh, yes.
I think.
And then you grew up.
Yep.
And then
that one's just a little sprinkle for our friend who's not here today.
Yep.
But, yeah, I like what is a recent heist movie I watched? I feel like, did we watch a recent heist movie?
Have we? I feel like there is one that we just talked
one.
about.
What was it? Yeah. What was it?
What gets
and it was
stolen?
It was funny.
Was it just
what
you
gets
two?
Stolen?
I don't know.
No.
It was all of us?
Did it just come out? I mean, that's gonna bug me, huh?
It's gonna bug me, huh?
I'll think about it.
What was stolen? Was it a
Come to me in a
heist
dream.
movie? Are you positive it was a heist?
That's coming to me. Shh. Everyone shut the fuck up. No, it was a fanfiction I wrote.
You absolute fucking buffoon.
That's what it was. As I was like, they were specifically saying this is Ocean's 11. This is Ocean's 11. It was a fanfiction. It was a fanfiction I read. Woo! I will send it to you.
All right, guys, and that concludes this episode.
It was in Our Flag Means Death, modern AU.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
what
where they're
now?
a heist gang and Our Flag Means Death. Gay pirates. Taika Waititi. Gay pirates.
Say gay pirates
Flag.
one more time.
Anyway, that's what it was. I'm like, I don't remember what was stolen. It was very recent. It was a fan fiction. Hotcast?
I think we can, unobjectively say yes.
Yeser?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Hotcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Even the
Yes.
villain's a hotcast.
Yes.
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 That was the only thing worthwhile. And even then, I won't watch more of them specifically just for that. It's not worth it, but glad I did for this.
Let's just talk about the cast for a second and how much they insist on just like fighting with each other. And like how eventually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes in and like Vin is like they're enemies to lovers eventually, I'm sure.
I'm sure I haven't seen all of them.
I haven't paid attention to them all. I'm going to go with enemies to lovers as the assumed thing. But then there was like that thing on Twitter where Vin was like, let's finish this, Dwayne, blah, 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 blah.
Let's finish the way we started together.
Honestly,
God.
that could actually be a quote from that tweet.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling actually pulled that from a real life tweet from Vin. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Soundtrack / score.
It's a very like 2000s, early 2000s like
Very.
soundtrack.
It sounded like a video game. Like
Yeah,
a PlayStation video game.
It sounded like
Not PlayStation 2.
It's like GTA. Just like-
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Good songs. It's just kind of corny.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Man.
it sounded like that one I guess it's a commercial. It always played before movies. It's like, you wouldn't steal a car.
Yeah. You wouldn't download a car. Something
The
like
fuck I wouldn't for.
Like the anti-piracy
Yeah.
commercial or
You-
whatever.
you
That's
wouldn't
what
download a
the
goat.
Sounds reminded me of. So yeah, very corny. Costume design, set design / location.
It's LA.
The outfits in this movie.
The
In New
outfits.
York.
Y'all
Man.
ever laugh?
Man, Vince's outfits. Them shit's some over
Double
the top.
tank in it.
Double tank. The second one's gonna be a mesh. There's snakeskin pants involved.
I mean, Michelle Rodriguez fucking kills it.
Michelle Rodriguez
Fucking
keeps
Vin
it
Diesel
real.
had a Von Dutch shirt on at one point. Which y'all remember Von Dutch?
No.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You don't?
No. I don't know if remember is the right terminology. I just didn't know about it.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
Nothing to write home about. I mean,
It's LA.
I definitely would.
I hate
it's
LA.
Maybe. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's two things we don't understand. LA and cars.
Yeah.
This movie was not made for us
Yeah.
in mind. We
Yeah,
were
that's
not
true,
the
that's
target
true.
audience.
The target
Titane.
audience was the boys. This one's for the boys.
This one is for the boys.
And not in a gay way. Not in the let's hear it for the boy. No, but like for the
Here's
boys.
for the boys.
here's for the boys. Guess we got to give them something.
Guess we got to
Sort
do
of
it to
fucking-
them.
For the dudes.
The dude
For
bros.
the men. It's for the bros.
For the brothers.
for the brothers. Favorite quote, baby.
Now I know we all have one or some. Mine definitely was the you can have any brew you want as long as it's a Corona.
TM.
TM. There was a lot of good lines that were just said, and I don't know if it was like how corny they were or how they were said so seriously, but they're so funny.
They were.
They're so fucking funny.
The context is just, it's great. And there's so many good ones, I just couldn't like hold on to them all.
Yeah, there were some that made me laugh, but I couldn't tell you what they are. That one stuck with me though. The Corona one really spoke to me.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it did.
You embarrass me. I really enjoyed.
That's a good one too.
Yes, but the major one was the serial killer one.
Yeah, that was a good
What about
one
you,
too.
Antonio?
There are a lot of quips, but as for like memorable, I always think I live my life a quarter mile at a time. That's just how that's the quote for the entirety of the franchise.
Yep.
So, as the loser, did I think I was worth the hype? No. Did I feel like I missed out having not seen it? No. I think this is the first time I've ever single-handedly said a good... I've ever single-handedly said, no, you're good, fam. If you didn't watch it before, there's probably a reason, and you should just stick to your gut. You like Cars, though?
Stay in your lane.
Watch Cars. No, watch Pixar's Cars instead.
So stupid.
What about you guys? Would you guys, because you guys watched it, so something had convinced you, would you guys recommend this to someone else?
Anyone that I think has dude bro, anyone who I thought had like dude bro tendencies, I would definitely be like, you should watch this, which is why we made you watch it. I'm surprised. I feel like this is gonna marinate with you for a little while. You may actually come back and be like,
maybe come back to me in 5 episodes because I am the most dude bro person that I know.
I'm the most dude bro I know.
Yeah.
Sky?
I watched the first one because I was going through like watching like all of Mission Impossible and stuff, so I was like, oh, I'll give this a shot. I watched this one and I was like, because I watched this, what did I say, 8? I watched 8 before I saw the first one because I wanted to watch it because of Miss Charlize. So then I watched this one and I was like, I think I'm good on ever watching another one of these movies. And then a lot of people proceeded to tell me that I needed to watch the rest of them, and I proceeded to say no. And I won't ever.
No. And who
I don't
told
think
you
I
that?
will. Who do you think?
Who told you that?
Who do you think? Men. And I was like, I'm good.
Well, it wasn't Frank, was it?
No.
Yeah, I'm like, Frank is not a dude bro.
No, I don't even think Frank likes these movies.
I don't think Frank knows about these movies in general.
I think Frank's living a good life. And he should continue to do so. Yeah. I guess I wanted to see what the hype was then,
I'm good.
The results are in. I'm good. That's a no for me, dog. Thanks though.
Swerve.
I'm a skirt out of this one. Now Vin Diesel though, I will be following him on social media. How do they race in space? Can someone tell me that?
I don't think
Couldn't tell you.
Have they gotten to space?
Is that F9?
Yeah.
Oh, they've gone into space?
They have gone into space.
Huh.
Do you want to see
How?
that?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
I know. I remember there being
No.
a submarine and a tank. I know they go.
Oh, I just looked it up. It's really funny. Look up Fast and Furious space and look at the first thing that comes up. Look at this monstrosity that comes up on the Fandango video.
What? Would you say Fast
Just
9?
look up Fast and Furious. No, just put Fast and Furious space. Google that. I'll wait.
Now,
Mein Gott.
Oh my god, it's back to
what
the
is
future.
that?
Mine.
Oh my god, is that when did they film this at the same time Elon Musk sent out that Tesla in space?
Oh god.
That's Tessie? It is something.
I don't think that's a Tesla.
We're going on a trip in a famous rocket ship. I feel like, here's the thing. I want to say funny things about this movie. I simply cannot. I feel like it's like comedy out of me.
It took the comedy out of you?
What was comedy in you?
That's what I'm saying.
And that concludes this episode of Sit Down Movie.
You're watching
Go
a
ahead.
movie. Catch you guys next time.
Bye, losers. Skrt.